In today's episode, I'm going to share with you the formula for getting rich. So if you've been finding that no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to save money, then you're going to love today's episode because I'm going to share with you something I learned from Bob Proctor a very long time ago. May he rest in peace, that wonderful man. And it is called the formula for getting rich. And what's going to blow you away is how incredibly simple this is and how unbelievably powerful it is in turning things around from where you feel like you're not going anywhere financially and you can't seem to get ahead to suddenly powering ahead. Hi, I'm Miriam and welcome to my world. I'm here to help you transform your finances and your relationship with money. So if you'd like some help with that so that you can create more abundance both inside and out, then stick around. A good way to start is click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Now, back when I first started my personal growth journey, not surprisingly, it was when I was broken on the bones of my butt. It happens, right? Maybe you've been there too. And I was a personal growth junkie. I went to every seminar, I read every book, I bought all the courses that I couldn't afford, that I then didn't necessarily even complete or listen to. I did the whole thing. But one of the best things I ever did, and I did this program several times, is You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. And one of the most profound teachings from that is the formula for getting rich. And when I totally understood this, when I finally understood this, it is so incredibly simple. It is a huge perspective and mindset shift that actually changes everything. It literally turns your world upside down. And you go from thinking, wow, there's never enough money left over for me to save or get ahead, to the total opposite being the case. So that's what I want to share with you today, because if you apply this and you make the mindset shift that goes along with it, it's an incredibly powerful force in your life. Okay. So before we get to the formula for getting rich, and I know you just want me to jump ahead and get there, but first, let's just quickly talk about the formula for staying broke. It's important that you get this because this is what most people do. Let me pop it up on the screen for you. This is what most people do. They take their income, they subtract all their expenses, and then they save what's left. Now, what do you think might be the problem with that? That's right. Bonus points to you, because usually there's little or nothing left. Because what happens is Parkinsons Law kicks in. And Parkinsons Law basically says that the amount of resource required to accomplish any given task or any given thing is the amount of resource available. So this applies to all sorts of things, including money. And it means that if I've got $5,000 available to go on a holiday, I'll go on a $5,000 holiday. If I've got $50,000 available to go on a holiday, I'll go on a $50,000 holiday. You can apply this to time as well. You know, if you have an assignment due, if you think back to your school or university days, college, if you're in the US, if you think back to those days, if you had an assignment due the next day, you pulled out all stops, did an all-nighter, got the job done. If you had an assignment due the next month, you flounced around, went partied with your friends, you know, did everything else, and then probably in the last 24 hours, pulled out all stops and got the job done. So the amount of time available was used up to accomplish the task, no matter the amount of time available. And the interesting thing as a side note is that they've literally done a study on this and found that the quality of the outcome was not very different, whether you gave people 2 days to complete an assignment or 2 weeks, because this is what people do, right? So the same thing applies to money. And so basically it means that, you know, as your income grows, your expenses will grow. You get a pay rise, you go, great, I can upgrade my car, live in a fancier house, upgrade my wardrobe, and the money just goes. So this is how most people operate. And so then they're left wondering why there's nothing left, why they're not getting ahead financially. And I saw this over and over and over again in my finance business. People would come in on a huge range of incomes. And, you know, the people on higher incomes, had higher expenses. They had more expensive cars, bigger car loans, bigger homes, bigger mortgages, and what was actually left for them to use to create wealth and financial stability for themselves wasn't really that much more than people on much lower incomes who lived within their means, spent within, the income they had, and then saved. And in fact, often the people on the lower incomes did better in terms of getting ahead, saving, and creating wealth for themselves, probably because they knew something that I'm about to share with you. But first, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, is this ringing some bells? Have you also found that, yeah, you got a pay rise or you had a great month in business, but the money kind of just disappeared? Parkinson's Law kicked in. So let me know in the comments below, have you also fallen victim to Parkinson's Law yourself? Okay, let's move on to the formula for getting rich, which I know is all you want to know about. And I'm going to take you through it in just a moment. I'll pop it on the screen in a moment. But before I do, let me just point out to you that this is simply a shift in perspective. It is a shift in attitude, in mindset, and one that needs to be mirrored in the way you manage your finances. So here it is. This is the formula for getting rich. Now, let me point out to you that this is exactly the same 3 variables we had in the formula for staying broke. We've just shifted them around. And what it says is that the amount of money for savings, i.e. wealth creation, plus your expenses, needs to equal your income. So we've got the same 3 variables, but we've got a total change in focus and perspective and mindset, because we're not just saying, hey, I'll save what's left. What we're actually saying is, I have a goal. I have a financial goal. I have things I want to do. I have wealth I want to create for myself. I want to create financial stability. I have dreams. I have things to do. And I'm going to prioritize that. And then, yes, I have expenses because, I have to have a roof over my head and I have to eat and all the rest of it. And so that then gives me an income goal to shoot for. And guess what? Chances are, if you're here on this channel, you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, which means your income is unlimited. And even if you don't have a business, you can have a side gig, you can invest money, you can do all sorts of things to increase your income. So by shifting things around, you're actually prioritizing what's most important to you, and then creating a goal and a focus to help you achieve it. So by approaching life through the lens of the formula for getting rich, we do 3 very important things. The first one is that this is a mindset shift. It actually means you prioritize your goal and that you then are able to set an income target to help you achieve it. And when you have the vehicle of a business at your disposal, you're set, right? Because you now know what the level of income is that you're looking to create. It means you're actually prioritizing growth and financial stability. It's a shift in your mindset. And the second thing that looking through this lens of the formula for getting rich helps you do is it then helps you set up your money system to ensure you can actually achieve those goals. So you literally set up your money system to prioritize that goal is being met, is being chipped away at to be achieved. And the third really important thing that looking through the lens of this formula for getting rich helps you do is it means you're no longer just leaving your financial future and your financial destiny up to chance. You're no longer just, plodding along unconscious like a victim. You're actually putting yourself into a position of power and you're taking charge of your own financial future and destiny. And you know what's really cool? At the end of the day, this is nothing more than a shift in perspective. You've simply chosen to no longer look at life through this lens and to move over here and look at it through a different lens. It is nothing more than a shift in perspective, but it changes everything. Now, to be able to implement this formula for getting rich, you need to kind of have the basics in place. You need to have the right infrastructure, which means your banking, needs to be organized and tidy. So if you haven't got it yet, if you haven't been through it yet, then please jump on the free workshop I have available for you to help you organize and tidy your banking. We get the basic elements in place, and you're going to learn some really important principles to help you implement this formula for getting rich and to help you succeed in your business and achieve the financial goals that you're looking to achieve. I'll pop the link to grab that workshop in the description below. So jump on that now. It's just 35 minutes long, but it has the capacity to absolutely change your financial future. And let's have a little giveaway before we go, shall we? So I hope you enjoyed this episode and got a little pearl of wisdom from it. Comment below and let me know what that was. And if you comment within 72 hours of this episode being released, you will be in the running to get free access to my Raise Your Vibration experience, which is a 21-day experience to help you raise your vibration and keep it high. I know, how cool is that? So comment below, let me know what your biggest takeaway from this episode is. I'll come back after 72 hours. I will draw a winner and I will let you know if you're the winner beneath your comments. So make sure you come back as well and check to see if you've won. And of course, hit the like button to let me know that you enjoyed this episode. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet so you see more episodes like this, and hit the notification bell just to make sure you don't miss any. I will see you next time when we keep working together on practical strategies to help you create more abundance both inside and out. I'll see you then. Bye for now.